So we are in Port Elizabeth today to refine Fury.
We're here to refine Fury. What do you mean?
I have no idea, I just saw it on a billboard.
Nice billboard, but what does it mean? What's the message?
Lindsay had a guess, I'd probably say something like controlled aggression.
Something you need to practice?
Thank you very much. So I guess there's only one way to really find out.
Absolutely. One way to find out if these cars in the flesh are as good as they look on a billboard.
VW, Port Elizabeth is their home. Aldo Scribunti seems like a perfect place to refine your Fury.
Sounds good, but we're not going to drive them.
Nope.
Instead, we called in the assistance of two drivers with plenty of experience in taming high-performance VWs. Next, we had to decide who would go first. To make sure Janelle and Enzo felt a bit more at ease,
Hey, Dale. Did you call?
Okay, it's yeah, right.
Okay, then
we didn't want to make the selection process too stringent.
I won the toss.
Back to business, and it is all business inside the Golf. The R logos and blue details scattered around the cabin are the only clues to what lurks beneath the bonnet. It's much the same story inside the Scirocco, although the figure-hugging seats do make it feel sportier. But enough about the refinement. Let's get to the Fury. First up was Marius, championing the all-wheel drive Golf R.
Obviously a big difference between Scirocco and this with all-wheel drive, eh?
Yeah, Rocket actually feels nicer.
Aldo Scribunti is the ideal proving ground for exposing these cars' strengths and weaknesses.
Understeers a bit.
It's to be expected though, all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
There are quick direction changes through the S's. Long, fast sweeps where you can make the most of the Golf's added traction. And of course a tight hairpin that'll push these cars' body control and chassis composure to the limit. The competitive spirit had clearly taken over, and Enzo was in no mood for small talk.
This should be fun. It's a lot warmer in here than out there.
A lot better, yeah.
You could probably drive this from the back seat.
Good.
What do you expect with all-wheel drive? A bit of understeer?
I think a lot more understeer than the car, but heavier as well.
Yeah.
The whole car just responds slower.
On paper and on track, the Golf's 4 doors and 4-wheel drive make it the sensible choice. So it was time to find out if the Scirocco could add excitement to the mix.
Much more fun, you know, in terms of handling. It just sticks to the line and it turns in where you want it to turn in. It just does it.
It's just a front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
No, it's just suspension. Suspension must be good.
Already its looks start tipping the scales in the Scirocco's favour, but its 100-kilogram lighter curb weight and lower seating position mean that the driving experience is vastly different to the Golf's.
Are you a front-wheel drive fan or a rear-wheel drive? Or?
I like the front wheel drive.
Janelle and Enzo's driving styles are as different as the cars, so would they reach consensus on a winner?
It feels more exciting, you know. It feels a
Feels
bit
more sporty,
It
yeah.
feels a bit more like a racer, where the
Does.
Golf feels a little bit more, you know, toned down.
More
and
like a family car with four
Yeah.
doors. You can.
you understeer a bit more in the corners and stuff like that, mid corner. So, you know, if I had to choose today, I would choose this one.
I think what was also interesting today, driving the cars around this track, is the difference in tyre wear. It was quite obvious that the Golf's a heavier vehicle. The Scirocco is more balanced and therefore lighter on the front tyres.
And like I said, the Golf, it's not a bad car. It's a great motor car. But you know, if you really push it to the edge of performance, I think the Scirocco is a more exciting car to have.
Yeah, I think that because we compared the vehicles on a hard surface, there's no real advantage having the four-wheel drive. Maybe in the wet and ice, one would feel that.
But I think, you know, for your everyday driver, I don't think they would actually notice the difference on the road. You know, it would probably be whatever car you prefer.
They're really fast, these cars. I mean, I was impressed with, you can feel 190 kilowatts. It's definitely there. It sounds very sporty.
It doesn't even sound like a turbo vehicle. You know, normally turbo cars don't sound good, but these two cars sound, you know, very nice. So I certainly like it from that point of view.
One thing that we have to mention is that they seem to have matched the brakes to the performance. We drove them quite hard today and none of them showed any sign of brake fade. In fact, they held up very well, and having just raced the weekend, both of us, we were probably a bit hard on the road cars, but they stood up to the test.
So has VW succeeded in refining Fury? Absolutely. And just how refined you want that Fury to be is now entirely up to you.